No Name Podcast, take one.
I am offended calling it a no-name podcast. Aren't you offended? Guys, aren't you offended at no-name podcast? Who does that?
What do you mean? No way.
All right, we almost missed out on a name, but we have been given the name the GDS podcast. Who can tell us what GDS stands for?
GDS stands for the Global Disability Summit.
But before you go into the conversation, I would like us to do a round of introductions. And Josephine, you're already smiling, thinking about the animal. So this is how we're going to do the introductions, yeah? You tell us your name, what you do, the organization that you work with, and if you are an animal, what animal would you be?
So my name is Josephine Mwende. I'm a disability rights and inclusion advocate and the founder of Privileged Africa Society, and I'm a lady with cerebral palsy. If I were a bird, I'm not an animal, but if I was a bird, I would be an eagle.
An eagle?
Yeah.
Josephine, seems like you're copying me, but it's all right. It's all right. Thank you very much, and it's amazing having you, Josephine.
Thank you.
Let me go to the far right of Josephine.
Okay, thank you so much. So I am Sharon Odongo,
a
disability inclusion champion, and also an ambassador of the Sight Savers International. If I was a bird, right?
Why is everybody going for the bird side?
I'm a bird
but
person.
we are all disability activists, so birds of the same feather.
Yeah. So I would go for the owl because of its wisdom.
Owl.
Yes.
I thought it's because of the noise, and activists sometimes make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Good noise.
Yes, necessary noise.
Ooh.
Now to you.
My name is Caterina Nyambura. I am a disability advocate. I'm an MC. I'm an artist. Okay, I'm a creative. If I were an animal, I would love to be a lioness.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies. And it is amazing to have you for the GDS podcast, as we were called. Myself, the host, is Alan Herbert. I am a journalist and disability rights advocate. So this year at the Global Disability Summit, they are going to be focusing about disability inclusion development. This summit comes on the backdrop of the new administration in the United States cutting funding in different sectors as well. The UK followed suit a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, and they also said that they're going to be decreasing their funding. So it is a very interesting time to be a disability advocate in this space, and it puts our work in question and the things that we do on a daily basis. So we are officially starting the conversation, and this is how we're going to be starting it by you telling us about yourselves and why disability inclusion matters to you.
Okay, as I said earlier, I'm Josephine Mwende.
Yeah.
I live with cerebral palsy. As you know, this is one of the disability types that is always underrepresented. And I can say my journey to advocate came back in, I think it's something that has been within me, but I became so vocal via social media. I think it was in 2017. And disability inclusion is not like, it's not like we are requesting for a favor.
Yeah.
To me, disability inclusion is a human right. We need to be included, and we need to be there. And how will we be included? We will be included if only we represent ourselves more so in the decision-making processes.
Sharon and Caterina.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how my journey started with the inclusion agenda.
Yeah.
Literally growing up, I didn't know that I had a disability. I knew that I'm just okay like any other student, and I'm just fine like any other family member until I joined high school. And then now there is this student who tried bullying me and imitating how I was walking, and I felt it. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, what am I suffering from? Why am I not like other people?
Yeah.
And so going to the university now, somebody approached me. I think he was a staff. He was a staff, and he approached me and he told me, I usually see you walking this way and I feel that you have a disability and you should actually register. Then I realized there is something I need to do. Now it was a wake-up call to me. So I just approached my mom and told my mom, you know what, we need to go for a physiotherapy. I need to get the assessment done. I need to know what is really wrong. Like, that is how I started now the advocacy work, based on the experiences that I had.
Yeah.
So I said, if I didn't know about this, my mom didn't know about this, then I need to do something about disability.
Yeah.
And then just like that, I started advocating for people with disability in the university at that time. And then, so that is how I got literally into the field of advocacy.
Yeah.
And it is something that I can say has not only, I feel empowered. I feel like I can speak about my rights.
Yeah.
I can also teach others who still doesn't know. Do you know there are people who are still isolated?
As I said, Caterina Nyambura, a lady of short stature.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up knowing I'm a person with disability. I grew up kind of alone, from the siblings and all. I was almost always alone because the children of my height are younger than me in age. So they are like, why should you play with us? And those that we are together age-wise are taller than me. They don't want to be associated with me. And then after high school, some years, around 2016, I'm in a matatu minding my business, and there's another one beside me, and then there are these small people, and this one is trying to get my attention, and I'm like, what is wrong with this one?
Yeah.
He introduces himself as the president of the Short Stature Society of Kenya and tells me, you fall in this category.
Yeah.
And they were still fighting for Kenya to recognize short stature.
Yeah.
We are actually the last disability category to be recognized.
Yes.
Yeah. So it actually happened around that year, 2016. So what he tells me shocks me. So now it's piecing everything together. So this is why I've been alone.
Yeah.
This is why everyone has been avoiding me.
Yeah.
This is why I go to interviews and they start laughing. Or they'll be asking me, hey child, who are you with?
Where's your mom?
I'm here for a job.
For a job interview.
So they'll be hiding like this, trying to laugh. And,
Yeah.
So everything is falling into place. And it took a time to deal with that, to accept it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I ran away from them for years. I took time because now he's calling, please, you need to be assessed, to get the assessment card and then join us and all that. I took time. I actually joined the space well around end of 2022 or early 2023. I decided, no, more
Enough
people.
is enough, yeah.
People need to know about this. But we push every day. That's why we are advocates, we are activists. It's a never-ending job. And recently, I used to do, I'm very passionate about SDG 1, no poverty.
Yeah.
And I am now founder of an organization of person with disability called Enabled Initiative, so that we continue this work.
Yeah.
So now, why is it important? Caterina wouldn't be here if there was no disability inclusion. I will still be out there wondering why I'm not getting jobs, why everyone treats me differently, why I'm called names when I'm passing around. So without disability inclusion, we will still be in those ages where a person is born with a disability, kill that child.
Yeah.
A person acquires a disability, have them in some corner somewhere by themselves. I would give credit. We are told, let's give credit to its due. I will give credit to those organizations that are intentional about including us.
Yeah.
I have been a beneficiary, like for instance, of the Sight Savers International. And through their programs, I got to learn a lot. So when we go to these forums, we get facts. Now, through those facts, I am able now to become a very good advocate because I come from a point of fact.
Yeah.
I
So
know
it's
what
not-
I'm talking about.
What would you also tell to somebody, one from a personal point of view, but also from an organizational point of view, those who would want to become allies of persons with disabilities within their advocacy and activism space?
I am where I am because of the mentorship. The mentorship that I've gone through, even the confidence that I really have, even to speak about disability, to champion for other people with disability, it is because of the mentorship that I have undergone through, and because of the opportunities that I got with the Sight Savers.
So yeah, Alan, to answer your question, what I've, from my own observation,
Yeah.
many organizations are willing to onboard persons with disabilities. But now the issue is how.
The how is the issue.
Yes, because you find that.
Let me cut you short a little
Okay.
bit, yeah? The how is the issue.
Yes.
But who is supposed to figure it out? Is it the organizations or is it persons with disabilities? And actually, if we figure out the how, then we can have real allies because they know how to do it. I know how to join. Then we become allies and we make sure that we push disability inclusion ahead. So how do we figure out this how?
So I think this is a way to traffic you as an individual with a disability and the organization itself.
Yeah.
Because you find that, maybe the organization, it doesn't know where to get this person with a disability. Yes, they are so willing to accommodate you and maybe to give you that job. But now the problem is, maybe they don't know about National Council where they can get our data. They don't know any OPD, that is the Organization of Persons with Disabilities. They don't know they don't have any contact or how they can access any person with disabilities. So even if they want to include us or maybe to give us opportunities, now that's a gap. They don't know where to get us. And maybe they don't even have any contact to any OPD. And I think our talent now comes back to us as activists and advocates.
What are the biggest global challenges facing disability activists or disability inclusion programs from your own perspectives?
Funding is just too essential, and unfortunately, with all these cuttings that are coming in, now you're afraid that most organizations will have also to cut on the projects that they have and implementations of the current ones that they had started.
You remember the three models of disability? We came from charity model, then the medical part of it, and now the social model. I think, when we cut off the budget, we'll go back to the first model of disability, which is charity model, and that is not what we want. We just want to focus on the social model of disability, where persons with disabilities are viewed as human beings before their disability, and are being included in most of the activities within their localities. Yeah.
We just can't afford to go back to the charity model. Imagine how many millions of persons with disabilities in the streets waiting for handouts because the funding has been cut, and now organizations of persons with disabilities can no longer support, can no longer educate, train, and empower persons with disabilities to do things by themselves, to become integral part of the society. We are too far gone to go back to the charity model. So this is our appeal. Don't take us back to where we have to be pitied to live. We have to be pitied to grow, to become who we are.
We have young advocates on the ground, people who are doing really good work. Please recognize them. Please fund them. Just give them the support.
All right, and I hope I have done justice to the GDS podcast, and mine. My rallying call will only be, we've had the three GDSs, that is Global Disability Summits. One was in England, UK, and the other one was in Oslo, Norway. This one is going to be happening in Germany. Could we also have one in Africa?
Learn more. www.inclusivefutures.org